We are Pakistan, Part 158. Environmental degradation. The acute pressure on urban resources due to rural urban migration and overpopulation has threatened our environment to a great extent. For example, the excessive generation of solid waste due to rural urban migration is causing serious air, water, and land pollution and health hazards. Dumping of untreated municipal and industrial waste has caused contamination of surface and groundwater resources and threatened aquatic life. Due to increased pressure on the transport system, vehicular emissions are the largest source of air pollution in Pakistan cities. In the last few years, traffic in the urban areas has increased tremendously. The level of air pollution in Pakistani cities is three times higher than the acceptable limits. It has been estimated that, on average, each vehicle in Pakistan emits 15 to 20 times more pollutants than the average vehicle developed countries than the average vehicles in developed countries. Pressure on infrastructure facilities. Rural urban migration overburdens the resources of urban areas, such as food supply, healthcare, educational institutions, transport systems, sanitation, and drainage systems, electricity supply, water supply, gas supply, telecommunication, and employment opportunities. The urban infrastructure is not designed to cope with the needs of the growing population, thus resulting in degradation of cities. In order to maintain civic facilities, greater allocation of development funds and comprehensive plan to cope with the requirements of the growing population are required. Increased crime and terrorism due to lack of employment opportunities in urban areas, the greater exposure to media, there is an increased tendency for young people to get involved in crimes. Sometimes terrorist organizations recruit unemployed young people for their own purposes, thus creating violence in the cities. Social and psychological problems. Rural urban migration disturbs the balance of the family life and the social structures. Combined with the problems of unemployment, life in cities can be very stressful. A number of psychiatric problems, such as depression, drug addiction, and child abuse, are common in urban areas. The suicide rate has reached an alarming level in major cities of Pakistan. These problems need to be addressed promptly by the authorities in order to have healthy society. The unplanned growth of cities. It has been observed that the basic principles of town plannings are not taken into consideration in major cities of Pakistan. Unplanned construction by commercial companies poses a threat to the civic facilities. This leads to the deterioration of conditions in urban areas. Civic agencies must keep a check on unplanned growth by taking strict action against this kind of development. Rural areas also feel the effects of emigration. The composition of the rural population is distributed because it is mostly the male members who migrate to urban areas. In order to avoid rural and urban migration, civic facilities and better employment opportunities should be provided in rural areas. Cottage and small scale industries, for example, provide jobs and relieve pressure on farming to provide employment. In addition, they utilize local raw materials, which may also promote expansion of their production and provide more employment opportunities. Self help schemes and the housing problems. What is a self help scheme? It is usually a government sponsored scheme under which the members of a community are encouraged to better themselves. For example, by creating self employment, growing their food, arranging for a clean water supply, or making their own shelter. The members contribute their labor or material, while the government or NGOs provide equipment, infrastructure, land, etc. And we talk about the self help scheme.